Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. How's everybody doing so far? I'm really glad that you guys are here to watch this video. So if you guys are new to this video, my name is Chris, and make sure you guys subscribe if you have not been already. If you're currently watching this video and you haven't done so, I recommend you click that subscribe button, and it's very important to us. It means a lot to us. And if you guys are a subscriber to this channel, I'm very appreciated that you guys came back and watch this amazing content. So right now we're on the screen video. So at this video I'm going to talk about how to use vocoder in Cubase. How do I use Vocodex in Cubase? So we have Vocodex here. Alright, so I have made a couple of videos of Onion Boy on the CG6 Entertainment channel. So if you guys want to check out one of those videos that I have made, or one of those vocoding videos that I have made on Onion Boy, I'll put a card on the top right hand corner. I'm going to put the one with the official statement because that one has more views, but I would like to put the Meltdown one to get more views, but unfortunately the Meltdown had got me in a copyright claim, but I'm just going to leave it there to avoid any problems and like that. Because I've been getting jumping into the bandwagon of vocoding and stuff. So you can see, I'm just trying Vocodex to see if it was good, so that way I can just, hopefully keep it. I'm just wanted to know, how things work. So this is the video, for example, which I put a video of Onion Boy, and of course I just sent it to the modulation. So I'm going to show you how it sounds like when I have it vocoded. So it's linked into a plugin external, so that's what I want to go over with. Alright, so this is what I want to tell you, how to set up vocoder in Cubase by using Vocodex in Cubase, which is not inside FL Studio, but how to use an external plugin and how do you vocode that. So let's go ahead and preview this video, and you're going to see how it sounds like.
I want you guys to know something. I want you to know. First off, you see that iMac Pro back there? I gotta sell it now because you got my Patreon deleted.
Well, I know he got his Patreon deleted because he doxed him, and I don't know if he's gonna get it back. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. So first of all, to do a vocoding and external plugin, you have to create a group track. So you gotta add a group track right here, and once you click it, boom, it's gonna give you a group track. So when you go like this, I recommend you to put that inside folder. So creating an inside folder is gonna make it a little bit easier, so that way you don't get stuck on anything like that. But I just like it like that. And this is the group track that I got, which is inside of my folder. And then you got to load the plugin called Vocodex. So you gotta go where it says other, and you gotta press IL Vocodex, and you just click it, and you get this plugin right here. So that will show you like this. And this is default, which it gives you like a 0, and the other one with nothing. So with the modulator is our voice. The person who is speaking. This is a video of Onion Boy speaking, or Onision speaking. So this is the modulator. And the carrier is the instrument plugin, or an instrument synthesizer plugin. Whatever synthesizer you want to use that fits into vocoding and stuff, just use it as a carrier. You just gotta load up any instrument plugin. For me, I'm using Nexus 2 as big drama strings. Alright, so I was looking for a synthesized strings, but I can just use as big drama strings because I think that makes sense. That could fit into vocoder. I'm using Nexus 3, formerly known as Nexus 2, which I bought that since October, and I need that so bad. So this is the carrier that I'm using as part of the vocoding. So what you're gonna do, how do you set it up, is make sure that you have your modulator set to the left. So if you haven't done so, let me open the mix console. So this is the modulator. You gotta set it up to L all the way. So it's gonna be the left. And for the carrier, aka the instrument, you gotta set it up to the right, which you have to set it up all the way to the right. And I know this is a really tricky thing to set up, and it takes so much stuff to do all the work with vocoding. So now, since you have set it up, the valence level, the modulators all the way to the left, and the carriers all the way to the right, you gotta make sure that you need to route, rather than having it in stereo out, because if you leave it in stereo out,
I want you guys to know something.
you're just only gonna hear the left speaker. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna route this to the groups, which I named it Vocoder group. Alright, so you gotta go right here. I'm zooming it in for you, and then you just click it right here. And that will send it to this plugin right here. So rather than going to stereo out, it's gonna go to this group. Okay? Alright, so now since you have done like setting the modulator to this group track, now you're gonna do the same thing with carrier, but now this time you're gonna press the E right here. Let me exit this guy out, and I will come back to it later. You're gonna go to this guy right here. So as a default, you just get a stereo out. You just only hear the instrument. Okay, if you leave it in stereo out, you just only hear the instrument, and that's all. But if you go to the groups, you gotta make sure that you route where it says vocoder. Make sure you route them, and it's gonna be setting in here. But now if you play right now, nothing happens. So there is no sound at all. Like, what am I gonna do? What should we do next? Yeah, because I had trouble, I've been struggling on how to do it with all these setup. The only thing you need to do to set it up and make it things to work as a person who is singing with all the chords, there's this guy right here. Make sure that you always turn this guy on. So where it says LR encoding or left right encoding, which since I did the right as the modulator, which I did the left as the modulator and the instrument carrier as the right. So make sure that's turned on. The modulator is the speaker. It comes both speakers. Don't worry about it. And then with the carrier, this is right here with the instrument. Alright. Of course I added reverb to make it sound more fun. Yeah, so that's how it works. Because if you leave it like, for example, if you leave it both on 0% or if you leave it on no panning at all, like let me put both of these in the center, and you're gonna see what happens. If I leave both in the center, what's gonna happen?
I want you guys to know something. I want you to know. First off,
apparently it's not. Unfortunately, when I did that, you can see that it is not complete. It doesn't even sound like vocoder at all. You just only hear the voice in normal and the carrier as the instrument, which it doesn't work. So we're just gonna balance these guys. The carrier's on the right, modulator or the speaker or the the person speaking audio or the channel is on the left. And you're gonna get this result as you're gonna hear this right now.
I want you guys to know something. I want you to know. First off, you see that iMac Pro back there? I gotta sell it now because you got my Patreon deleted. And secondly,
so this is what you get for the results when you vocode from an external instrument. And I would love to show you another step of how to use Vocodex and the included plugins here. How do I use an included plugins in inside Vocodex instead of using the external plugin. I did that one in presets, which I called it group, which I used the preset called group, and I'm going to show it to you right now, and I'm going to set it up for this one. So let me go to the next part. Alright guys, so now I'm back with the setup and stuff on how to use inside Vocodex with all these included presets that they have inside Cubase. So now I'm using the preset called group, which I used that on the Onision's official statement video, which I vocoded him, and of course I want to add a reverb on it. Why can I slap a reverb? Because without reverb it will not be that much fun or smooth, because I think adding a reverb would sound more cool in vocoded stuff. I am using reference so you guys can see. So this is the plugin that we use. It's an impulse response of the reverb. So let me go ahead and show you guys how do I like change the keys inside Vocodex, because when you're trying to hit a key in here, it just stays there forever. You can't make changes or anything, and I know it's not easier to change at all, but I got something for you guys to see how I can solve this problem. How do I change the chords and stuff while the speaker is talking? So I'm in the included Vocodex. This is the inside, and we're using the ones that it's included. What I wanted to do is you gotta add a MIDI channel. So add a MIDI track, make sure you add that. So I already added. So this is the MIDI track, which I can control the instruments, by the way. I can also control the carrier as well. I can control Nexus 3 as well. Okay? And what you're going to do is you gotta make sure that you route it to the part where it says inside Vocodex track. Okay? So make sure you click inside Vocodex, and that will affect that. So you're gonna see what's gonna happen.
I want you guys to know something. I want you to know. First off, you see that iMac Pro back there? I gotta sell it now, because you got my Patreon deleted.
That's very cool, guys. Did you guys see the changes of the key? Did you guys know that? So let me go ahead and open the on-screen keyboard. I wish I had a MIDI keyboard or a MIDI controller. As you can see, when I hit a key, you can see how it changes. You can see the changes that's going on. You can see it's controlling this guy right there. So I'm just going to highlight that for you guys. And if I hit a C chord, you just hear the C major chord, C, E, G. And you can see every time I press a key using the MIDI controller, the MIDI channel, routing it to this guy, the keys are moving and changing. Which that's a really good change, by the way, because because leaving just only one chord forever, it's gonna make the viewers to be boring, and they're not gonna feel like they're gonna watch it completely. So this is why I'm trying to do something that I can keep the audiences to get them entertaining as best as possible by changing these chords. So it is very, very important to change the chords and not just only leaving a single chord forever, because if I leave just only one chord, let me delete this, and if I only have a C major chord,
I want you guys to know something. I want you to know. First off, you see that iMac Pro back there? I gotta sell it now, because you got my Patreon deleted.
It just only is like stationary, which is all the way, which is the entire video, just only playing this chord, and I won't be able to change it that much. In FL Studio, I struggle with that, but you gotta have to use the external plugins, to change the chords. But now in Cubase, I can definitely do that. So let me go ahead and undo that, and you're gonna see the effects.
I want you guys to know something. I want you to know. First off, you see that iMac Pro back there? I gotta sell it now. Because you got my pin tree deleted.
That's really cool. You know, this will keep the audiences more entertaining to change the chords as best as possible. So that concludes this video. I think this is all the information that I have been given to you on how to set up Vocodex in Cubase or outside FL Studio. I will try my best if I can able to give you guys a preset or a project file so you guys can have it and just do it yourself, but make sure you have Vocodex included, which is available on ImageLine. Make sure you have the Vocodex plugin as the VST in Cubase, so that way you want to make sure that it's working and it's also working really well. You know, after I export this video, now I got to do like the rainbow effects, you know, like the rainbow effects where I did that mostly on the Vocodex videos, you know, which it changes like a lot of colors, which they're random colors in the video and you change them. Yeah, so, you know, I already linked a card in the top right corner on one of the couple of the onision Vocodex videos to see, you know, what all the rainbow effects looks like, and you know what I'm talking about, because, you know, having a rainbow effect is a lot cooler and not just only leaving and just an original image, because you know what's going to happen if I do that, because YouTube will demonetize that. Yeah, because adding a color, it's going to make it more related with vocoding, and that's going to be cool, because you know what, when I watch some YouTube videos, which I watch Spin Spill Blows Exotic Instruments, where Plankton was singing in a chord when he was reading the letter from, you know, like Squidward, you know, when he vocoded and he started to add the rainbow, and at the end he added the radial blur to start. It's like a zooming effect, and then it's gonna make some flashes, and it goes into a black screen with a reverb at the end, or a reverb tail at the end. I wonder what happened to the Spinchbill Blows Exotic Instruments video, because this is a very good one. Like, one of my most favorite parts of the video is that the vocoding effect, you know, with the rainbow color, and then afterwards it's gonna start to radial blur and zooming in, and then it's gonna flash and goes into a black screen along with a reverb. If you don't know what a reverb is, you know, you go to like a concert hall or you go to a church, and when you're trying to clap, you just hear like a faded sound, you know. You just hear like a faded sound coming in. It's like an echoey sound though. You know what's gonna be with reverb and echo. Like, you know, with all these things. Alright guys, so if you guys have any questions in the comments, or if you need some help or anything like that, or if you need something that you're really stuck on, just let me know. I'll try my best to see what I could be able to do. I know Logic Pro has Vocoder as well. I know FL Studio has Vocoder as well. Reaper, I think it has Vocoder as well. I wish Cubase has Vocoder plugin. Like, so Steinberg, if you're watching this, please, I recommend you to include a vocoder plugin effect. Please include a vocoder effect as a stock plugin. We want vocoder. Like, I really like vocoder as well. And not just only that, I forgot to mention that Ableton has vocoder as well. Ableton also has a vocoder plugin as well. I did took Ableton Live a try, and yes, it has vocoder as well, and that's really cool, because having vocoder, it's a really fun thing to do. And hopefully one day when Cubase brings a new update, I hope that Steinberg will bring vocoder plugin included, so I don't have to use an external VST vocoder plugin. Alright, so I hope that everybody is having a wonderful day, and make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel, and don't forget to give it a like if you guys agree, you know, and I will see you guys in the comments as best as possible, and I'll try my best to reply. So hope everybody's having a safe time, and hope you guys had a wonderful time.